Mellow Gold is the third studio album by American musician Beck, released on March 1, 1994 by DGC Records. Critics noted the album's hybrid of various styles, including rock, hip-hop, folk, blues, psychedelia, and country, as well as ironic, witty lyrics. It is decidedly anti-commercial attitude led to it becoming an unexpected commercial success, peaking at number 13 on the United States, and eventually became certified platinum. As of July 2008, Mellow Gold has sold over 1.2 million copies in the United States alone. And that was the album we listened to.
Seems like not a lot. 1 million. In its lifetime.
The next one sold 2 million. Well, it says 1.2 in the States.
Yeah.
As of the time they updated Wikipedia.
Oh, sure. And Wikipedia never lies, does it?
Just take it with a grain of salt, really, as a piece of bullshit that it is. Yeah. You haven't seen my porcelain teddy bear, have you?
Porcelain teddy bear.
The one I keep my cocaine in by my desk.
No, didn't know that's what you did. It's fine.
No, well, I'm quite obvious about it. I mean, I have no secrets, but it's just it's not sitting on the desk where it should be.
Let's ask producer Eric. I mean, he steals shit all the time.
I'm not mad. I just want to know if you've moved it.
Honestly, if I'd noticed it, I'd let you know. But
like, you're not in trouble. Like, if you've moved it and you had a little bit of the cocaine out of my porcelain teddy bear, that's fine. But
I understand I'm not in trouble, but I've no reason to lie to you about your cocaine cat, which
it's a teddy bear.
Not been a teddy bear. Sorry, again, I have no point of reference for this. I don't know.
Just give me the fucking teddy bear.
I mean, right? Look,
just give it to me.
I'll keep my eyes peeled, but I haven't seen it, and I would like to kindly ask.
I'm going to go through your locker.
I'd like to kindly ask you to put down the baseball bat.
I'm going to go through your locker, and we'll just have a look at your locker for my cocaine teddy bear.
Yeah, if you open my locker,
look, I've got the shakes.
It's just a locker full of dicks, so don't open it. All right.
Well, I know about the dicks, but it's my porcelain. I'm just going to close my eyes, and I'm just going to close my eyes. And if the teddy bear magically appears on my desk, it doesn't have to go any further. I'll close my eyes.
Okay. Okay, it's confession time. I traded your cocaine teddy bear for a it was a mid to late 90s edition of Playboy Wear Ginger Spice.
What?
Has a Ginger Spice. She, she's nude in it. All right, I had to have it, and I.
Well, what did you take?
Trade. I saw the cocaine there, and I thought, "What? Yeah, it's the only thing here that's of any value."
Well, did you trade the teddy bear or the cocaine as well? That was in the teddy bear.
I thought it was just a teddy bear, so it looked vintage.
Fuck's sake, that was.
But hey, hush.
Well, how much was this thing?
Hush.
How much was this ginger spice?
Look at the ginger muff.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty good.
Be at peace. Be mellow.
But how much was this?
Mellow Gold by Beck from the 1994. Classic album. I'm just going to go out there and say it. Just straight off the bat. This made music for me. It really did. I was 14. This shit hit hard. I didn't care about Pearl Jam. I didn't care about Nirvana. Well, I kind of did about Nirvana. But this was my full transition from Roxette to what I thought was, a cool slacker. I had shirts.
You had a Beck shirt.
I had a Beck shirt. Yeah, it was. I wish I still had it. It was grey, like a cool grey, and then it had had Beck written on it, like it was in pencil on the chest, but it had BEK, and then it had like a little arrow up to a C out of place. If anybody has that T-shirt, I'd be willing to trade you a cocaine teddy bear for it.
That's not funny.
Oh, sorry.
That was $14,000 worth of cocaine.
Too soon. Hey, it was worth it for Ginger Spice.
How much was the magazine? How much were they asking for the Ginger Spice Nerdy?
Although they were asking the price, they just wanted a teddy bear. And I said, here, have this piece of shit. And
they didn't want $14,000 of cocaine in it?
Well, none of us were aware that it was in it. So just a bonus for them. They'll just be happy. It's win-win. Yeah. Vintage Playboys.
Don't move that magazine away. Leave it there.
And look, this is a communal space.
Just leave it in the middle.
Is in it. Yeah,
leave it in the middle.
We cannot leave it open on that page.
Still angry.
So yeah, Mellow Gold. It I think for me it was one of those. Is seminal the right word to be using when we're talking about Nudie Max? Not seminal. Not semen.
Semen ill.
Not semen all. But seminal. Yeah.
And, it's just part of the semen.
I don't know. It was like everything else I've been listening to up to said point was very polished, very studio, radio friendly. And then this, it kind of came out of nowhere. I'm going to assume, I don't really recall whether it was Loser was the song I heard. Let's be honest, that probably would have been Loser that I listened to and went, oh, that's great.
That was like the only song that came off this record, isn't it?
They put out, is it called Beer Can? Yeah, I think it's Beer Can. The why not throwing birthdays at the that was a single. But yeah, Loser. Let's be honest, the world really only knows Loser off this album. And then I guess Beck had the next album was more of the hit. Not that it was a hit, but it was a hitter than this one.
Well, he had a few songs on the next album.
Yeah, Devil's Haircut and is it Where's My Mind? No, Where It's At. Oh, look, great.
Where It's At. Got 10 turntables in the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dug it all, man. I dug it the most. Absolutely. But this was my introduction, and this was like another one of those bands, like Tool for me, but Tool came a little bit later than this, that felt like my bands, not my older brother's bands, not, someone that the man was telling me to like, even though, it's on a major label, so the man was telling me to like it.
So did you like Odelay better than this one, or this one better?
See, that's I think they're about the same. I think Odelay is probably the better record, more polished, but this had everything I needed. And on the re-listen, I was just like, whoa, they don't make them like this anymore. It just felt old, but also wonderful nostalgia trip. It's just a complete, I dropped my phone. I think I broke the screen. Just complete slacker, lazy, but funky and cool. You're cool even though you think you're a loser. Kind of thing. That's how I felt. And, it's just sloppy guitars and poorly recorded drums and, wisecracking lyrics.
It's
says the
recorded
word in one of them.
Recorded in a garage on a 4-track, apparently, which surprised me because I didn't think it sounded unpolished at all. Thought it sounded...
Yeah. Okay. Well, it sounds lo-fi. Is that a better word?
The mixing's a bit funny in places, like his vocal's very loud at times. And...
Yeah. So, like, there's many facets to the man. And, there's, like, Beck's like a hipster Madonna, where he's a chameleon of a style and look and attire.
I'll say I like Beck. I've never bought a Beck record. I've never listened to a whole Beck record till now.
Oh, okay.
He's always been about and always kind of liked what he was doing, but not enough to pique my interest into buying a record.
Mm-hmm.
Or never really even thought about him when I could stream him for free, really.
Yeah. Okay, good. Good start.
Although I have had a couple of his songs on sort of compilation things I've made and playlists.
Yeah. Like what? What's your reference? What's the song?
Trying to think of it.
Oh, good.
What's that one where he dances in the music video? And it's one of the middle periods, I guess.
Okay.
Trying to think of it. Yeah.
It'll be off Odelay, 100%.
Something sex or something or other.
All the sexy stuff was on Midnight Vultures. He tried to be Prince for an album.
Yeah. One of those, and it's real. Mixed Business. I think that's what I'm trying to think of.
All right.
And there's
yeah. All right.
Yeah, I quite like that one. Listening to this record, didn't like it at all. Thought it was just dog shit from beginning to end, really. Always thought Loser was a bit of an average,
oh my God,
passable kind of a song, and the rest of it's just sad boy energy to me.
Oh, there's that phrase again, everybody.
Sad boy energy.
Every episode, sad boy energy, because it's not fun and upbeat, and oh man, it's just... I don't even want to stop talking about it now. You've brought sad boy energy to my I love this album energy. Like...
I'm just saying, I didn't mean to make you more sad boy.
I'm the saddest boy. Actually, no, we've never done like The Cure. I think sad boy music for me is The Cure. I can't do that. I got a cousin who fucking loves them. Best band ever. The Cure hurts my soul, I think.
They had that Friday I'm in Love. Everybody liked that song. That's a good, catchy, poppy song, but the rest of it always just seems a bit daydreamy.
Yeah.
Everything's daydreamy and depressing and British.
Are they British? I thought they're American.
No, they're British.
The Cure for sad boys. That's true. Or maybe they are. Maybe if you listen to The Cure, you don't kill yourself because you understand that other people feel the same way you do.
What's going on with The Cure? Like that Robert Smith, the singer. Lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. White face. What's going on there? Is he a lady man?
White face. No, he's not a lady man. He's just a goth. It's just, you remember them? Where you're just, not quite a vampire. And you kind of like to wear black and have, dark hair and eyeshadow and lipstick. And you stay on the dark edges of society. Not gay, not trans, not, effeminate. Just
goth.
Dark. Yeah, just goth. Just dark. And that's okay.
I always thought goth was like a heavy metal thing. And then I listened to The Cure and I went, is it? Is that goth? And I remember listening to Bauhaus, a bit of Bauhaus once and going, what the fuck? Yeah.
Who's Bauhaus? Never heard of them.
Well, I remember hanging out at university one time and there was a guy in a Bauhaus shirt and he was dressed head to bottom in black and all that stuff. And
see, goth to me,
it's kind of interested. Going, it's that goth. It's dark, and then you listen to it, and you're like, oh, fuck! They listen to this.
I'd say
No
the
wonder
Crow.
they're on the verge of death.
When I think of the Crow,
Crow's not
remember that?
goth.
I
I think
call
it's like
that
the goth look, but
The
then they
goth.
tried goth look, but then they tried to give almost good music on it. They tried to better the music, but it was a bit of shit soundtrack, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think goth music, I don't know how I'd sum it up, but the goth look, I think the Crow bang on, white face, dark eyeliner, leathers. That seems goth to me. Music-wise, I'd almost say Manson. Marilyn Manson's got gothy, Or even like Nine Inch Nails. I'd say that's goth, but they call that industrial metal.
Well, I think that's sort of that mascara look. They liked the look, but then they went, we need some better music than this shit. So they kind of
sad boy energy with electronic drums. Sounds like goth. Eyeliner, black.
Weird. So apparently Beck faced a bit of backlash. People thought that he was pretending to be a slacker and putting in a lot of effort to be different. And, he got a backlash after this album was reading. I was reading his life story and, not what I expected. You know anything about him?
He's got like a movie star parent or something, doesn't he? I don't know much about the guy himself, so
he's a Scientologist.
Oh, great! Another one.
Apparently, I think it's not quite confirmed, but everybody knows kind of a rumory thing.
He's going to get done for rape in 20 years' time, like old 70s show guy. That's topical, isn't it? What did he get?
Well,
30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was reading a thread and they were listing all the people that had, he had like 2 rapes against his name for 30 years. And they were listing all these other people with far worse things that they only got 6 months, 6 weeks. Never Alec Baldwin shot a woman. Nothing. Move along.
Allegedly. Yeah. Yep, it's a strange one. Yeah. And again, he'll probably his 30 years will be home detention. You have a little ankle on, bracelet on his ankle, and
I don't know. You saw? Did you see the video of Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher apologizing for writing a reference, commending his character that went? Yeah, they went to. And they're like, well, we didn't think it would get out into public. We just thought we'd write nice things that no one would have to know about it. It's like,
but like you don't know, like if if you have a friend for so many years, you don't know absolutely everything about them. Like if God forbid yourself got done for, they finally caught up with you for doing the wrong things with the ladies. And I didn't know, right? I don't, you don't give off rapey vibes much.
I do.
If your mum came up to me and said like, okay, well let's change it completely. If you weren't you and you were a nicer guy, and then you were arrested, and your mum came up to me and said, "Oh, can you please write a reference for your friend of 20 years, 25 years?" I'd be like, sure. And then when it comes out that you actually did it and you were, they called you the Frank Street Fingerer or something, I'd be like, fuck. And then if the press got my letter and put it out in the papers, I'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I better say something about this. And then, of course, as soon as I say something, they're going to tear me a new asshole too for apologizing.
Well,
which is what they're doing, right?
I agree with what you're saying, but I think the difference is they could have said, well, that's not the person we knew. That's the character. We knew a nice guy. We didn't know about that stuff. That's why we wrote the reference, and he's been our friend for years. But what they did was sit there and try and go, well, we didn't think it would get out.
Ah, right.
Right. So the apology kind of came from the wrong
the new thing
place, I guess.
Too, we're totally dating this podcast. If you're listening to this in like 2030, because the internet's forever, sorry, this thing happened. It'll be gone from the media in a week or so. A celebrity went to jail, if you can believe it,
Yeah.
raping someone. Fuck, I lost my point there. Oh, so you do how you go down the clickbait rabbit hole and they're talking about, what's his name? Matheson. There we go. He's got another Google fucking alert. Yeah. And they're talking about his thing, and then they're talking about Kutcher's apology, or whatever it is. And then it said, in 2005, Ashton Kutcher, they're all saying he murdered a woman and he's getting away with it, allegedly. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that one. I saw that apparently he kissed Mila Kunis when she was 14.
Whatever.
Dared by Danny Mathis. Well, he put a ring on it. What do you want?
Yeah, like it all worked out well. Elvis and
He's still there.
Priscilla, she was young as well.
Oh, you could do that back then. The surprise was she wasn't a cousin, you know.
That is the surprise.
Back then, they were going, oh, it's not a cousin.
Yeah,
wow,
the surprise
progressive,
and the disappointment.
Yeah. But it's. I had an interesting point.
Oh, have we lost it? Because I was trying to make a point too.
I've forgotten it now. We'll just sit here in silence for a bit while we think of it.
And we Well, I was talking about Kutcher and his. He was going to pick up some girl for a date, some actress, and she didn't answer the door. And he looked in the window and saw what he said was spilt wine on the carpet, right? And then she didn't turn up, so he left. And then, like, the cops show up and she was dead on the floor. And some other dude, some other stalker, this is how the story goes, allegedly, was in there or had killed her just before Kutcher arrived. And then the police never suspected him because he was so helpful. He rang them up and said, I was there, you'll find my DNA on the door handle. And, I saw the wine on the floor, which was blood. And I thought, they'd just had a party and they'd spilt some wine. It was a wild house, etc., etc. So suspicious, but also probably nothing. And the internet's just gone crazy again.
Well, did they find the murderer?
They did. They pinned it on some other guy, but it was like, I'm going to say allegedly, because I think it was 10 years later, though. It was like some time passed before they caught the guy, and he'd been killing lots of people. And maybe they just pinned this one on him too, even if it wasn't.
Oh, well.
Who knows? We're not a true crime podcast. If we were, we would have gone into way more detail and spread it out lots, and there'd be far more advertising within the episode.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the good things about Pointless Confused is we haven't sold out and placed ads all the way through our shit yet.
That is true.
We are entertaining offers, though.
It might slightly be because nobody is approaching us because of the filth we do spit from time to time. It's not uncommon for the word cunt to be used around here.
If anyone's selling cunts, then we're the podcast for you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If you come down to Jeff's cunt yard, you get yourself a real good. I'll give you a deal.
Low mileage cunts.
Low mileage. Yeah. The screws are really tight. Jeff's cunt yard.
Yep. We got one for every budget.
Every hole's a goal at Jeff's cunt yard.
Yeah, this is a butthole, not a cunt. You sold me. Look, it's got poo all around it.
No, you're mistaken. Next door is
I've walked in the wrong, haven't I? I went next door.
That's Wayne's asshole. Is next door. This is Jeff's cunt yard.
I was meaning to come to the cunt yard, but I went to Jeff's house.
We do have a crossover. On Thursdays, we have the,
They're so close together. It's easy to confuse.
There's the two in the pink, one in the stink. The Happy Meal on Thursday nights.
There's a two for a deal.
There's a twofer. Got yourself a twofer.
Yeah.
Glorious.
Yeah.
So, if you are looking to
Upgrade.
broaden your advertising horizons, come and speak to Eric here, producer Eric at Pointless and Confused.
Yeah. Cunts our ass.
Yeah. Went out of business.
Beck, anyway. Beck.
Yes. You were talking about his life or his upbringing. His story.
Parents are pretty bohemian, artisty types, never had any money. They lived in poor neighborhoods, i.e. Latin, apparently. He was the only white kid at school. He left school early. He said that he thought school was important, but he didn't feel safe. He was always an outcast at the schools, but he did learn to break dance.
Important.
And then he went on and he was like traveling around. He moved to New York from LA with $8 in his pocket and a guitar, and he was homeless and sleeping on benches. Part of the music art scene over there. He went back to LA because he didn't want to go through a winter being homeless in New York. Did more bohemian weirdo stuff. He played the song Loser to someone, and then they wanted to record it. And he said it was a crap song. He called it mediocre. But they encouraged him to record it in a garage on a 4-track. They recorded it. It got put on a magazine. It sold only 500 copies of the magazine. Then it got picked up on the radio. It got high rotation. And then he got into a bidding war with like 5 or 6 different recording companies all trying to get him. And then he went with one, recorded the Mellow Gold, and Beck is Beck now.
Yeah, it was all on the back of Loser, wasn't it? I remember that being a big hit. I've got the original vinyl single, and there's Loser on the A side, and the B side is a wonderfully titled song, MTV Makes Me Want to Smoke Crack.
Yeah.
And I just thought, like, again, his whole aesthetic, and it might be a shtick or something put on, but that slacker thing, it spoke to me back then. It was like, well, this guy, he kind of, I guess he cares, but he's aloof and he doesn't care. And it's like, fuck it. This is what it is. Like it or don't like it. And to me as a kid,
part of the anti-folk scene and just kind of counter art, and
but like
just into the nutty stuff, and he's, I don't know, made a living out of it.
Yeah, that's true. He had this one, and then he had I don't know what you say is anti-folk, but he had a real couple of folky blues albums in the early days. One was Stereopathic Soul Manure, which is fantastic also. Kind of like home demos. And then there was another one, One Foot in the Grave. Just lots of like guitar foot stomping songs without I'd call this has a bit of hip hop influence. Those ones didn't really. And then he brought in the hip hop influence and some producers. Mellow Gold, as a hit, is okay. A couple of years later, Odelay was the one. Had Devil's Haircut. I think the first song was Where It's At. Massive hits. I think he had like 4 or 5 hits on that album. But then his third one, he went from the dancey stuff. Fuck, what was his third album? I think it was Mutations came after that or something. But he went like back to like acoustic, less dancey. But he didn't really have another. Oh no, he did. He did that one you were talking about, the disco album, which had all back to the dance. So he kind of goes dance, folk. Dance, folk. That was his rhythm through his peak years. And I bought all those. I lapped them up, right? Until it would have been the 2000s. Like early 2000s, Beck was gone. Every now and again, he'd come out with a song. Like E-Pro was a hit. I don't know when that was, 2010. just the odd dance, rocky kind of song hit. But other than that, Sea Change was a fucking great album. But the rest of it, yeah, I haven't bought and devoured an album since. I'll give him his first four. And then after that, I'm out. But I really like Beck, man. I'm a big Beck advocate.
He did 2 independent releases before this one. This was the major label.
What were the independents?
Release.
Was it the ones I mentioned? Are you looking at it or no?
I didn't see that stuff, no.
Yeah.
But,
That's right.
yeah, I mean.
So this album didn't know nothing for you. Not even like Motherfucker and Soul Sucking Jerk. You know?
Capability, I'll listen to Loser, and then the rest of the album you can,
Oh, far out. Okay.
Yeah, can fuck right off.
Yeah. Well, I guess, Steve Earle could fuck off, so you can tell this one of mine to fuck off. That's fine. But at least you got one song. Steve Earle's just total fuck off. For me, if we want to get into skippability, we do, because the light just came on. I'm listening all the way down to like truck driving neighbors downstairs. So I'm 5 songs. Come on, motherfucker, put your clothes on. Come on, you lousy puke. Why don't you call your mommy? Yeah. And then Sweet Sunshine, I'm out. Beer can stay. But then, yeah, after that, Steal My Body Home's too slow. Nightmare Hippie Girls, yeah, it's all right. Motherfucker, if you're in the right mood. And then Black Hole, yeah. If you're tripping balls, sure, it's fine. But yeah, I remember being
Half
14 years old.
Half of it's out the door.
Let's give it, how many are there? I don't know, give it slightly over half. Slightly over half. So there's 13 songs, I reckon. Yeah, 8 or 9 are good. So I'm skipping 4. Yeah, depending on how I'm feeling. Like Soul Sucking Jerk can be amazing, and then it can also be a complete piece of shit for me. So that's the joy of this album. When it hits you right, it hits you right. Yeah. But I remember being 14, had the CD, staring at the album cover, looking at all the little pictures, reading the words, staring at the back of the CD.
Completely obsessed with it, and you can throw over a quarter of it, a third of it away.
Well, yeah. It was the same as, it reminds me a bit of was the Silverchair one we did. Neon Ballroom or whatever it was. Like that also.
No, it wasn't that one.
It was Neon Ballroom. Yeah. Yeah. Go back and listen. That album for me again is one of the, like, along with this, one of the peak, what do you call it? Road signs or I don't know, markers in my musical life. Highly rated it. It's always going to be cool, but it might only be for, a handful of songs off the whole record, instead of every song being perfect.
Where are you going to rate this, bitch?
Oh, fuck, you're out of here. I'm
out
giving
of 10.
I'm going to give it an 8. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. You can throw a third of it away. Yeah, I'm giving it a 1. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
One good song and one alright song. Wouldn't write home about it.
That's
okay.
All right. Then, you listened to it once. You didn't take this episode seriously. You never take these things seriously, Dan. I mean, honestly, why do I bother showing up? Why do I bother? Why?
Will you give me 14 grand to replace my cocaine?
No, we've got the porno. We've got Ginger Spice's Ginge. The Ginge Minge. All right? It is there to ogle. We'll put the centerfold up on the wall in the studio and we'll all be happy.
If it was...
Cocaine comes and goes. All right?
If it was the actual, Ginger Spice.
Uh-huh.
In 20 years younger than she actually is. Yeah, 14 grand would be fair.
Okay.
But just a picture of it? I don't know.
I'm just happy
You
that we
should have
live in a
asked
world.
permission.
I'm happy that we live in a world where we get to see that. You know, like you could have gone your whole life and not seen Ginger Spice's Minge, but there it is.
Could have.
You could have, but now you can't.
I could have gone.
You cannot.
I've done it now. I mean,
see it.
no.
You cannot
Once you've
unsee it.
seen it, there it is.
That's it. I mean, it's there. It's looking right at you, staring at you.
Yeah, with its one eye, never winks. Just stares.
Well, occasionally, if you do things right, it winks.
No blinking.
Again,
It's like the eye of Sauron, except it's not on fire.
All-seeing eye.
Yeah.
You can get Oh, sorry. Okay, let me
Ramble.
If you get down to Greg's cunt yard, was it Greg's cunt yard? You can get
Jeff a minute ago.
We got Jeff's cunt yard. You got the Eye of Sauron special.
Oh, ginger pussy, half price.
Oh, ginger all the time, half price. Eye of Sauron special. And now back to our regular programming.
Yeah, it's 50% off with the special coupon. Just download it from our website.
Yeah. Use the code PNC. That's pussies and cunts.
Jesus. How rude.
I'm confused. Yeah. Hey.
How rude.
Hey. If we're going to stick with this no sponsorship shit, we'll keep it real.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one that knows us ever listens to this. If you do know us, I'm so sorry.
Another perfect episode.